Okay, welcome. Today I wanted to just talk a little bit about the importance of speaking, sharing our story, and certainly for others to hear our stories about trauma and about boarding school syndrome. Okay, so I am down in Devon today. I've come down to facilitate on a retreat called Menfest, which happens every year. It's happened the last 3 years, and I'm part of the organising group. And it's like a retreat, a men's retreat, and we meet on the land, like a group of us, and we're here from Thursday through till Sunday. And we do lots of workshops, we do kind of events and things like that, and I drove down from up north, and I arrived here a few hours ago. And on Friday, I'll be running a workshop about boarding school syndrome. So today I just wanted to share a little bit about the importance of speaking, sharing our stories about what went on at school, or some of our trauma in a safe environment. And this is what I've been hearing quite a lot of Christine Jack, listening to George Chevron, listening to other people, the importance of sharing our stories, but also others listening. And this was the thing that we'll be doing on the Friday morning, is just sharing, what was our boarding school experiences like? Because often as ex-boarders, we normalized it, and we don't share what it was actually like. And when people hear our stories, people have shared with me that, they've gone to, say, one of Nick Duffell's The Boarding School Survivors workshops, and they've shared what happened to them at school, and this person listening will go, that sounds very suspicious, that sounds like, say, sexual abuse or some form of abuse, whereas for us as young children, we've normalised it. So the other thing about sharing our story is that when we share it, the other person listening can go, oh my God, I'm not the only one. Because I've normalized it, I've not shared it with anyone. When I hear someone else speaking, I'm like, it feels very healing. Bessel van der Kolk in his book, The Body Knows the Score, or Keeps the Score, he says the importance of groups. Often, with us sharing our story and hearing other people share the story, it's like group work. That's really, really important. Judith Herman in her book Trauma and Recovery says it's important for us to share, to be able to speak what happened to us. Again, Joy Chevron in her book says it's important for us, in her therapy work, she gets people to keep talking about what boarding school is like until there's no emotional connection. And this is very similar to what I do, slightly different, but that same principle of taking the charge away from the memory so that we can remember it and it doesn't bother us, it doesn't hurt us. So that's something that we'll be doing this week, this weekend with Menfest. It's a really beautiful location and beautiful kind of trees, oaks, and yes, kind of been up since early, so I'm just going to have a snooze and then meet around a fire. And then next week I'm having a week's break, so I'm looking forward to that. Any questions, please do let me know, and do listen to Ben Cole's story, because it's quite hard to listen to. My podcast yesterday, which went live, it's hard to listen to, but wow, it's inspiring to hear the bullying that went on in his school, and then how he transformed it. He now works with young offenders, people who are in the probation service, and by him sharing what went on at boarding school, the young offenders he works with, they're like, oh my God, you trust me, you understand me because of what you've been through. So often with us delving deep and sharing our story with others, it enables other people to go, I can now share my story now. And so, yes, any questions, please do let me know. But yeah, take care. Bye for now.